Beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Guys, today's video I want to talk about this college in Canada which is open and accepting applications for 2024-2025 season. And there are a couple of things I want to say first of all before I will take you to the details of the college and also what you should expect when you are doing your application. Now, few weeks back, is it month? I think 1 month ago, I did a video about this college where I said their tuition deposit is $1,000 and it's non-refundable. Of course, yes. Then the tuition fee, that is tuition deposit is $1,000. It's non-refundable, and their tuition fee is like 11,700. This should be the second cheapest college that I know behind MBCC. And a lot of people were like, it's a no, it's a no-go, it's a try, no, and they cannot try it because of the tuition deposit. You see, that is the problem with international students. Most of you watching me, you don't have the experience that I have, all right? Then some of you have more experience that I do. But I want to tell you, you see this college that I'm going to talk about now, one of the things that is making a lot of international students stagnant on the same position is fear. What if I lose the $1,000? That is the fear they have. But forget to know that the spirit that you have in you, if you go with the intention that, okay, since I'm already aware that this college is not going to refund back the deposit I'm going to pay to them, which is $1,000, then my main focus should be to get the visa. They are not thinking about it. Now, what if you get the visa? Are you thinking about that? And first of all, before I even proceed with all of this, remember this college is found in Atlantic Canada. Atlantic Canada is a place called Nova Scotia, and I'm talking about Nova Scotia Community College. This is the school I'm talking about. If you are looking for offers in Canada, trust me, this is the cheapest, one of the cheapest, all right? Which other college are you going to pay again, apart of MBCC and maybe this college in the Northern Territories, which is less than 10,000? All colleges in Ontario will cost you more than 12,000. So you have to be reasonable. You have to think. And again, Atlantic Canada is looking for internationals. All right. Not like the Ontario that is very populated. And if you are moving to Ontario this time, all right, this is something I have not explained to a lot of my viewers. If you are thinking of moving to Ontario this 2024, first of all, make sure your visa application is very powerful. And secondly, make sure you have enough money to pay for your accommodation and living expenses. All right, because as it stands right now, Ontario is very expensive. Secondly, Ontario is very crowded. And again, you know, few months back, the government said they are trying to limit the rate at which they are going to give internationals visas because of probably maybe they have housing problems and a whole lot of other issues. So guys, you need to be calculative. Don't go to something and start thinking of the disadvantages. No. Okay, now, if you refuse to pay let's say $1,000 to this college, it means that when you apply to Seneca College in Ontario, what are you going to do? Because the tuition deposit is 8K, and it's refundable after your visa is rejected. But is that the way you want to progress? Is that the way you want to start? So please put all of this into consideration. Now, these are the things I'm just trying to be, because a lot of people don't understand. If I don't explain to you like this, you will not know. For those who have been saying that studies in North Cyprus is useless, that degrees in North Cyprus are not recognized, is a big fat lie. All right. Anybody telling you that degrees from North Cyprus are not recognized is a big fat lie. Know the school you are going to and make sure you study and stand out of the crowd. Stand out, perform well, make your GPA good, and you stand out of the crowd. Trust me, I know what I'm telling you now. All right, now let's go back to this college. How do you intend to, if you really want to study in Canada, in this Nova Scotia Community College? Remember, like I said, Nova Scotia Community College is in Atlantic Canada. That's in the province of Nova Scotia. This is a place which is not that expensive. Of course, some people will still argue that it's expensive. But if you compare Nova Scotia to Ontario and Vancouver, which is less cheaper? And again, let me tell you a secret that you didn't know, right? When they are processing visas, they are looking for people who wants to go to these Atlantic regions more, all right? And your probability of you getting the visa is higher than somebody who is going to Ontario. Yes, I'm saying this thing, this is pure facts. If you ask anybody who is in Canada, who is like a visa agent or something, you understand, educational consultant, they are going to tell you this. Somebody applying to go to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, British Columbia, Saskatchewan now, all right, is more liable to get the visa, if everything being equal, more than you who is going to Ontario or Vancouver. This is fact. A lot of people don't know. Now, one thing you should notice again about Nova Scotia Community College is that most of the programs are open now. If you don't apply early, you are going to be put on the wait list. Wait list means that if somebody who got admission doesn't pay his tuition deposit on time, they are going to take the offer from him and give to you. And now, remember, wait list means that you have to wait. You don't know how long you are going to wait. So my advice to you is to apply early so you get your offer letters. As I speak to you now, a lot of people have applied to this school. So if you haven't still applied, this is the time for you to make the right move. The reason I'm insisting on this school is because I know a lot of nationalities like Nigerians and Ghanaians cannot apply to New Brunswick as I speak. Even New Brunswick is the same. New Brunswick is like barely 9,000 plus for 1 year. Putting everything, tuition union to student union and parking fee and all those petty fees, you are going to be paying like 10,250. That's in New Brunswick. All right. Another college you could consider is Holland College in Nova, I think Prince Edward Islands. Is it British Columbia? Check Holland College. Now, for those who want to apply to Nova Scotia, this is a trick. When you create the portal, I will advise you not to apply for, not to use the paper application. It is not proper, guys. Don't use paper application, okay? Now, when you go to the online application, they will ask you a couple of questions. If you are using your WAEC to apply, always check requirements. Always check requirements, guys. It is very, very important. Requirements is important. Check requirements first. And if you are using your high school certificates like WAEC, NECO, or GCA levels and O levels, make sure that the program you are applying to is asking for high school qualifications. Note that other programs will ask for higher qualifications more than high school qualifications. And if a program says mathematics is a requirement to apply and you don't have maths, do not apply because you will not get the offer. You have to put this into consideration. Now, when you apply, you pay the application fee. The application fee last year was $75 for 2 programs, but now it is $100. I am saying so because I have done it. I did it last year and somebody got admission, not 1, not 2. And this year, somebody I've applied already for somebody. You understand? So this year, they are going to ask you to pay $100, and after paying the $100, you will submit your application. Remember, take note of that email that is going to come to you. I don't know if it's before submission or after submission. A particular email is going to come to you. And if you go, they are going to send another email to you telling you to create your own particular portal online. And somewhere below that email, a sign-in log, or let me say a sign-in detail, or where to log in to check your application will be there. You are going to be using the password and the user's name you created from the upper section. The email is going to come to you. Now, let me explain again. If you apply to any program, you pay the application fee, they are going to send you an email to go to the body in which you got your certificate from, to send your degree or your certificate or your transcript to them. For example, Nigerians, if you apply to this school, they are going to ask you to go to WAEC. If you use your WAEC, they will ask you to go to the body that gave you your WAEC certificate. So you will go to WAEC with that email that they gave you. Tell WAEC to send a copy of your results to them online. But if you graduated with a BSc, they will tell you, copy that email, take it to your university, and tell them to send a copy of your degree to them online. Until you do this process, if it is not done, if they don't receive that confirmation of results from your school, they are not going to assess your application. Please put this into consideration, because I know a lot of people are not paying attention to this. I've gotten a lot of people, they come to me for one-on-one consultation and they complain to me that, Milton, I apply, this is where I am. I ask you, I always ask them. Yesterday, someone told me that he has not, in fact, he's not the one working on his application, and the person working on the application has not informed her that there is an email. Now, at the end of this, if nothing is done, she will not get the offer. So you have to be careful. You have to be extra careful. Now, when you get the offer, they are going to give you, I think, 3 weeks or is it 1 month to make the first deposit. This first deposit you are making, immediately you are going to get confirmation. Then they will now give you access for you to apply for visa. They are not giving you access, but you have to pay so that you submit the receipt, because on your offer letter is saying that you have to upload or you have to pay first deposit, which is $1,000. And until that, if you have to pay that, in case the embassy confirms with the school, they should say yes, you actually did the payment. But if you do not make this payment, it is not going to work for you. You can use your high school qualifications to apply to schools in Canada, especially colleges. Now, why did I say you should apply to colleges? The reason is because most of us, 90% of us, this is fact, are from the broke community. Now, if you go to state universities, will it be easy for you to cope because of workload? Maybe tuition fee. Let's assume that tuition fee is cheap, like the University of Saskatchewan, but the workload, research, and all the rest. Okay, so please make sure you put program consideration, like program choice, into consideration. I have talked about this a couple of times on this YouTube channel, so please follow that. And again, requirements, I have talked about that. There are a lot of degree programs, not degree programs, but programs available. I think Nova Scotia Community College has like 140 programs. Some of these programs are 1-year programs, some are 2 years. Now remember, if you finish with a 1-year program, you are going to get a 1-year postgraduate work permit. This school will give you PGWP. Now, if you do a 2 years program, you are going to get a 3 years postgraduate work permit. Now, if you are going with the intention of bringing your family to Canada, okay, or if you want to migrate with the intention of bringing over your family, I will advise you to take a program which is 2 years. Do you know why? The reason is because this 2 years program, after you finish from school, you are going to apply for a PGWP for 3 years. And most of the time, before your PGWP even come out, you might have already exhausted the number of days given to you to apply for it. So it is now your advantage. But, or maybe what if you take a 1-year program and before you even apply for PR, your PGWP is almost expiring. What are you going to do? And again, you have a family. There are a lot of things that are going to be coming up. Maybe you are thinking of bringing your family over, or maybe you are thinking of other stuff. You understand, as a family person. But as a single individual, you can go for a 1-year course. 1-year course is advantage you because your tuition fee will be less. Now, for some of you, you should also understand that most of these programs that you are going to find on this website, some of the programs are not the same fee, okay? That was what I realized, especially those of you going for nursing. Someone was talking to me. She wants to apply for practical nursing. And as of last year, some programs were 2 years. But as of this year, they have reduced them to 1 year. Okay, like the program duration is 1 year. So you have to put all of this into consideration. It is very, very important. Otherwise, you may not get anything. But if you think that the tuition deposit is a problem for you, why not apply to other colleges that you think that the tuition is refundable? If that's the case, a higher refundable rate, a higher tuition fee. For example, Niagara College, how much is the tuition? How much is the deposit? Conestoga, how much is the tuition? How much is the deposit? Seneca, how much is the tuition? How much is the deposit? All these schools like this, the majority of them will ask you for at least $7,000 each, though it's refundable. But you have to note that even the refundable option or even the refund policy is never the same. Some of them you may not get all your money back, all right, because of the policy. So always read the refund policies. And if you ask me again, if you have the opportunity, apply to these colleges. You understand. But remember, some nationalities are not good to go. Then those who want to apply for January 2025, MBCC is going to be opening very soon for January 2025. So you can always check their website, then you launch your application as fast as possible. Do not wait, because the more you wait, the more it is going to be difficult for you to get the offers. If the spaces are full, they will have to wait for somebody to drop before you will give you the offer. So please, this is something you should put into consideration. We have talked about the tuition fee. We've talked about requirements to apply. And again, the tuition fee, you should understand that requirements are not the same, like I said. And again, tuition fee varies for Nova Scotia Community College. This is a province that is I think they have their own Atlantic, like their own pilot program to PR. So you should read more about the colleges and also check other Atlantic provinces like Saskatchewan as well. It's also important. Those of you applying to Saskatchewan Polytechnic, the tuition is not that quite affordable, all right? So please put this into consideration. This is why I'm here. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe below and